I'm Larry Turnbow, and yes, almost 2 years ago, I ran for county commission and won. And when I ran, I promised to support a recreation facility for the children, those of us that are aging out in this county. It's been talked about for 40 years, and nothing has been done for 40 years until I was elected. We had a unanimous vote on the existing commission to go forward with that project. We're going forward with the project. I understand that none of us, including me, like to pay taxes. It's unfortunate that we're in a position that we had to increase taxes because we do have schools that have aged out. And of course, as my friend and opponent has said, he's been on the commission 3 times and nothing was done in those 3 times that he was on the commission to do anything about our schools. We're giving $1.5 million more to education since I've been on the commission than we've ever given. We are in constant contact with the Board of Education, working with them to see what their plans going forward are so that we can get our schools replenished, replaced, and repaired. So if I'm re-elected, I will continue doing that, and I will continue doing the DC work that I'm doing, and bring in better paying, sustainable jobs for our community so that we don't have to increase taxes. We can increase our tax base by providing better jobs. Thank you. Since I've been elected, I have attended 5, possibly 6, but I know of 5 Blowing Rock Town Council meetings. I attended ribbon cutting when we started testing apple cart. I've been here for Veterans Day since I'm a veteran. I share that between Blowing Rock and Boone, so I've been to both. I've been here for the cookout down at Blowing Rock School since my children went there. I've been to many events over here, and I really can't think of all of them, but those are the ones that come to the top of my brain. Thank you. We were having issues with water damage and mold at the facility. I talked with the principal, I talked with some of the staff that was there right after I was elected, and one of the first things that I did was talk to the superintendent of schools and talk to the Board of Education about the issues that have been going on with that school. And before school started, I did go down and meet with the principal. Those repairs were taken care of. The infrastructure issues that are going on, a lot of this is outgrowth from the building being as old as it is. We have to look at that facility, but that's a decision that the Board of Board of Education will make. They're elected, and we have to look at their priorities for this. So the initial problems that were going on with Blowing Rock, I had those taken care of when I was elected. As few as I can possibly put out, because I drive into Blowing Rock and I hate seeing them myself. I think normally I had put out the minimum that I could so that people are aware, and I think it's probably about 9. I'm hopeful that I don't put any more than 9 this year because I'm no more interested in anybody else than seeing them. Thank you.
Economic development. Good municipal management usually places an emphasis on growing the tax base as opposed to increasing property tax rates. How do you propose to encourage economic development in Watauga County in order to grow the base?
Thank you for that. I was just in Raleigh, Durham area with 3 other members of EDC and Joe Furman a week ago. We were there for 2 days evaluating co-work space areas, talking with young entrepreneurs, talking with small to medium-sized business owners, looking at developing high-paying, sustainable jobs in Watauga County based on IT rather than manufacturing, which is not going to come here. And of course, there are 2 ways, and I've been an advocate of this since I ran the first time. There are 2 ways that you can grow your tax base. You can either increase taxes, which none of us like. No one up here likes that. Or we can work to develop sustainable, grown jobs here to keep students that have gone through all of our schools, that have been here for generations with their family, that have no opportunity to stay here. I have 3 children, only one of them is able to live here and work. The other 2 have had to move. That's happened with, I think, every family in this county. So yes, I'm trying to develop, along with EDC, a long-term plan so that we can develop jobs and keep those jobs here. Thank you. Yes, priorities are messed up. I can promise you, as I've made and kept the promises that I made before, that if we have citizens that are concerned about what's being built or going on in their area, we will have a public meeting with those officials rather than allowing the town to condemn them without listening to our constituents. County commissioners are there to represent you, they're there to represent everybody in the county. That, of course, was not done. I would never be a party to that. I will also not be a party to indicating that SROs are important, particularly after I've been on the commission 3 times. It did absolutely nothing about increasing SROs. We doubled them. I also wouldn't talk about education being a priority when I didn't give the schools the money, the backing that they needed. I did that. Yes, again, none of us like taxes being increased, but of course, when I came on with the great management that we had, our bond rating was AA-, but somehow our fiscal management is perceived by the bond companies to be better. So we've just gone back up to AA+. So I think we are fiscally responsible. I think we do a good job with our money. I think long-term we have to realize that the children of this county have no other choices other than sitting in front of computers, dealing drugs, taking drugs. We're trying to give them a facility so that they have another life. Thank you.